Now we have a issue here. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, YouTube, for not informing me that there was an error about going live. But now, I guess we're live. Let me double check. Can you guys see me? Can we? Am I interacting? You can see my chart and everything like that. Are we good? So much fun. So much fun when bugs get into the system. I just had such a great pitch on where I am right now. All right, good. So let me repeat that. Um, I had to start this stream. I know it's a little awkward of a time at 2:15 or 2:20. Usually people go for power hour or something like that, but I had to get this off because I've been getting so many text messages. Like, the last month or so, I've been losing. I don't know what's going on. What am I missing and this and that. So I just decided to post something about it because I have so many friends and everything coming at different directions. I want to kind of consolidate it all. And to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. In the last 2.5 weeks, well, I've been part of a Discord group. It's called Caveman Alerts. Why we call it Caveman? Because Caveman, there's room for evolution. Caveman isn't perfect. We got to evolve to be what's ahead. And everything always evolving, always learning. I've made more money in the last 2.5 weeks than I have in the last 2 months. And that's not a lie. I can show you the day to day, the 100%, 114%, everything like that. But because of this, it's the reason why I love Caveman Alerts, and I'm going to tell you honestly right now, it's because it's data oriented, it's tools oriented. There's no BS. There's no oh, you're paying me for my service, and I have a 90% win rate, or I have a 99% win rate, and I have this one secret stock that I'm not going to tell you until we've all seen the emails and everything like that. This Discord is everything I've ever been looking for in a Discord, right? We got no jerks. There's no competition. There's no politics. There's no religion. Maybe a little bit of, a debate, but that's good. I want to see the other side of a trade. But the basics of it is, in a packet, he runs it like a tight-knit ship. Tight-knit ship. Yeah, that's right. It's all tools. I mean, it's $25 a month. You're not going to get that anywhere. I mean, the tools alone that are in there, I don't think I can even mention them out loud. The tools alone are like 4 or 5 times the amounts. $25. I put the link at the top right there. Kaylin is in the house. My man Kaylin from Flushing, Queens. We got to go to a Mets game one day. I'm telling you, man. It's hard being a Mets fan. I mean, it's easy being a Yankees fan. The difference between Yankees and Mets, the Yankees fans, they go to Yankee Stadium to see the Yankees win. The Mets fans, we go to the stadium just to watch them play and have a hot dog and this and that. And Kevin can back me up on that. Name the time and date. I will try to get the suite. Oh! If I had a soundboard, I would have a bomb drop like hard to get a ticket. Lion. Oh God, man. Pack as a Lions fan, I understand the pain. Lions are going to playoffs this year. Every year we're going to the playoffs. And that's another thing. Yankees. If you don't win a World Series, it was a failing year, right? So it's just it is what it is. So you guys can see the Weeble chart right here, correct? By the way, Weeble is my favorite platform. You either love it or you hate it. I happen to love it. I started with it, and there's just no charting like it ever. Even though when I share screens, it could be a little finicky, but that's only because I'm sharing a screen. So, I mean, we were looking at a lot of things today. I kind of focused on a couple things, and Kevin knows. I was focused on NVIDIA, Disney, and Tesla. Viesco is always in the back of my mind, and it's not just because it's a lingerie shop but it was the easiest to predict. It had peaks, valleys, and then it crashed, and then peak, valley, peak, valley, peak, valley. Now it crashed. So I'm just kind of waiting for the turn. I'm waiting for the turn on that, and that's why that's in my watch list. So don't, yeah, Apollo says, short it, short it. America. America. By the way, I have a collab link. It means I could send the link and we can get. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my Tesla chart, so it makes sense, right? Everyone can clearly understand what's happening here. Yeah, great. Oh man, but I had to pull this together. I had to get it everyone in the right room, just to go over a few things. I mean, I've gotten literally, I'm not kidding, over 100 messages in the last month about I just can't. I keep losing. I can't grab onto it. And the smarter thing to do was maybe for me to plan ahead about this YouTube session and send it through all those people. But I was just getting frustrated. I had the oil burner guy here in the morning, and he said I need a new boiler, and that's great. But just real quick, and you guys can give me my feedback. We got a lot of professionals in here. Apollo, Kaylin, Apaka, and Majani B. Majani, I've seen you before. I'm sorry I couldn't really pronounce your name right, but I know you from somewhere, but I know you know me. But the thing I really was watching on NVDA is the textbook. They have a few things that are rarely seen in the wild. One is a diamond top, or a diamond continuation, or a diamond bottom. It's just a diamond formation. And the other one is an island top. An island top, it happens after an exhaustion gap, which this clearly fits into. NVIDIA ran from 108 to 317. That's more, almost triple. And then at resistance, gapped up to this lonely area up here. So it's like an island, right? And if it gaps back down one day, that would be amazing for me. And I know Kaylin is short on NVIDIA. If that gaps back down and continues down, then that is a surefire way to go back. I called 208. I know that's really crazy, but 208, I should probably make that a different color. Let's make it red so it stands out. 208 happens to match up with the 50% Fibonacci retracement, and it just looks like a nice level after that little gap. But anyway, more locally, I have, and a couple other people I know in this room, have 375 puts for June 16th. I was saying June 9th, 375 is a doable thing. But when I find my strike price and my date, I then try to push the date out a week, sometimes two, and I try to bring the strike as closest to at the money as possible. So if that makes sense. So if I'm going to go 375 by June 9th, I'm going to push it out a week, and this time I just kept the same strike. Right? America. So I hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, thank you guys for liking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because I don't do this every day, and I'd like to let you know. I mean, I'd like for you to know when I do it. We might work on some type of schedule, but I gotta kind of figure that out with everything. And also share. That's the bread and butter of everything. Share this. Take the link that I posted for Caveman Alerts, and I'm telling you, it's a 5-day free trial on there. You get to play around with all the tools. I mean, there's more tools in there. You could spend the weekend trying to go through it, and there'd be more tools to go to for the next weekend. And this was a Head and Shoulders that I was working on with someone else that kind of fit in there, and now it's kind of not really playing out as much as easily as I thought, but we're going to keep that there just in case. So, I mean, that's NVIDIA. The other one is Tesla. Tesla really was in the morning, was a nice win early morning. And I should have stopped right there, to be honest with you. I messaged out to a few people. These are the lines, the entry lines. So I was thinking that Tesla, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to look at 207. And let me turn off all the high beams here. Why 207, right? 207 is this line right here. Oh, no, that's 205. Oh, okay, so 205 is the target, but 207 would be the option selected. So when you have a target of, say, 205, you don't want to get the option of 205 because it might cut short because everyone sees the same levels. So if everyone sees the same levels, they're going to be getting out before that level is actually reached. So that's why I always say take profits along the way, along your journey. So that's why the 207 put was in for 2 weeks out. The same thing as NVDA, June 16th. It might happen by this Friday, but I like to get an extra week of buffering. So in the morning, let's go back to that real quick. In the morning, I should have quit. I had conviction of it, so I took it right away. It came down right to my line. Put that out. Okay, I'm sorry. Going back to the lines. There's different levels. Different importance. Sure, let's go with that. Importance of the lines. This one is the most risky, but that would be a good entry. This is a little less risky, but more conservative. And this one is the most conservative. By conservative, I mean, if we break this line, it's an easy shot to 205, but our put was at 207. So when this was not reached and we touched it once, twice, and 3 times, I was out. And then I got back in for 212.5 puts somewhere in this garbage up here. But Tesla is a face ripper. Face ripper means sometimes the data doesn't add up. Sometimes the indicators don't work. Sometimes price action doesn't seem like it makes sense. But that's Tesla. It lives in its own private Idaho. And sometimes the EV sector can go one way and Tesla goes another way. It doesn't really operate like anything else you've seen. So you got to be careful with Tesla. So that's why I only got just two puts at 212.50 when we were up here. And that's my final investment in this move on Tesla. But I do feel that if we hold below this 221.29 and looks like we might go back up to test it again, that there is a really good shot at going down to the 205 and 207. That's the gold line there. That was the profit taking line. So that's Tesla. I mean, what are you guys looking at? What's on your radar? What's on your watch list? Let me know, and we'll go over it together. I think I'm gonna just take this to close, and take this session. And I'm just gonna start sharing it with everyone because I need more hours on the views. What do you call it? You have subscribers, views, and I guess hours watched or something like that. I have the subscribers, and I kind of deleted a lot of my old videos that had nothing to do with trading. So I'm just kind of focusing on this. And if you want to share it, that would be amazing. We have an hour and a half left in trading. Let's see where this goes. Viesco is that might have been a bottom right there, but LTC was a clinic that I started taking pictures on all weekend, and that's what all these lines are about. And after Sunday, it just tanked to 83. So I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin just yet. I think we have a lot more rounding to do. Another big one that was talked about in Caveman was Disney. All eyes on Disney. I'm not going to mention anyone's name because they're not here, but a friend of mine in there was wanting this box to be completed. This is a gap here, this white box. If you ever see in my charts, the white dotted line is the beginning of a gap. The white solid line is the end of it. I highlighted it with this white box. So the thinking is once we get going here, and this level is what? It's 94.14. That's I think the next contention that we have on Disney, right? So his theory was that once we get going and we get into this 95, whoop, right up to 101. What was the guy's name? back, 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 back. He used to be on ESPN. He goes, whoop, whoop. Anyway, so it was a good theory. So I presented the case that, just in case we don't cross this 91.13, we could be headed a lot lower. So I prematurely took puts in Disney. Didn't really work out. We crossed it today. We haven't really confirmed it yet. I wanted to see a back test of it. I want to see it go back and test this, then go higher. But we switched it around. We were in puts, out of puts for a small loss, and now just waiting. We're in this limbo period. This is the next line here, 94.06. Once we get that, 95 is going to be a part of resistance. So the beginning of a gap is not a magnet. A lot of people think like, oh, it's a gap. The stock is going to want to draw to there. That's not actually the case. I mean, it might be, but in theory, it's not the case. It's just a point of once you're in it, it could then become a vacuum to finish it. Again, all theory. This is on paper. It's not. Maybe it's proven. Maybe there's data points out there that we can look into and things like that. But this is a nice cup forming, and we're going to hit that purple line, and then maybe do a little fancy dance to make it a nice little handle. Come back and test there, and then we get in there. But that's all. Hey, it's a little dipper. But I admit, I think I got into Disney puts a little prematurely. Here, on this rejection, I was like, okay, that's it. We're going down. But we gapped. We gapped up again. Down again. Then we gapped above it over again. So I call this cheating. When you have a strong line, and just to show you how strong this line is and how well respected it is, look left, right? You can go back on the weekly, and you could see how many times this line has been used in the history of Disney. We broke it once back in, 2015, came back, tested it, peeked through, came back, tested it, support, ran up. This is COVID, right? Came down, peeked through. It is COVID, right? Yeah. Peeked through, came right back up. So it's like the best analogy I can say to this is it's almost like an electric invisible fence for dogs, right? You put the electric collar on the dog and you have an invisible fence around your yard. How does a dog know that there's a fence there? He goes, he tests it. He runs out, see you, Lassie. He's running, to the neighbor's house. He gets shocked, and when he comes back in, it's okay. So that's how he knows. He's got to test his limits. He doesn't know where the limits are. And the same thing works in patterns. So when you see something break a pattern, it's not that it's breaking it, it's that it's testing its levels. So, Tesla is a really, extreme chart to look at. You're like, Doc, how can you look at all these lines? Well, when you extend it, every line has a meaning, every color, everything like that. So I wasn't really prepared to share it really quick. But when it breaks the level, like right here, this trend line, it broke it, didn't like it, came back, broke it again. It's testing it. So once it tests it, it knows that level's there. And look at the following candles. Okay, I know where that level is. All right, I know where that level is. I know where that level is. And even you follow it down, now it knows its boundaries. So just think of a dog and an invisible fence. And I've been told that's a very good analogy for it. So getting back to NVIDIA has, it's broken out. It's really in open air. You could think of like, before the split, if we divide this and multiply that, whatever, this is the chart. It is in open air right now. The last level was 346. So we're not really that far away from it. But that first overreaction from the earnings, and I really do think it's an overreaction. 100 points. It's a third of what the stock is. And keep in mind, from January, oh no, not January. Where's January? Yeah, right here. From January, just this year, forget about that. from January, we were at 144. Now we went up to 419, and we're not expecting some type of pullback, some type of retracement. You know, you gotta think of the other side, and that's all I was trying to do with Disney. So the 50% is at 287. It changed. The last 50% was at 208. So now that we know that, getting back to Disney, I was just trying to show my new friend that there is a possibility of going the other way. And that's the beauty of community trading. I can show you where I think something's going to go, and someone else can show me the opposite. Not because they disagree with me, but because they want me to know the other level. And one thing I was telling another friend of mine that I'm assisting is that sometimes I'll go and I'll map out the plan. So let's see, maybe I still have it on LTZ right here. So I'll map out the plan where I think something will go, and that's the white dotted lines. I'll map out a plan where I think it's going to go, and then conversely, I'll have to like wipe and erase my mind and then become bearish and thinking to myself, all right, I think Litecoin's going to go to 83. I know it. I know it in my heart. It's going to go 83. How's that going to happen? And then I would map that out. I didn't do it here this time, but this was all for an upcoming class that I have. And this was really the bread and butter. We'll get to that. I took pictures and everything like that. But you have to see both sides, because if you're biased, you're going to be biased. And when that happens, you'll have more faith than you should. You have to think like a machine. But we can't. We're humans. We can't think like machines. We're not programmed to. We're not programmed at all. So what we have to do is try and see both sides completely wiped of any bias of one side or the other, and just see bullish and then see bearish, and then now we know which possible way it's going to go. I hope that makes sense. Does that? I mean, let me get some feedback here. Like type of number 1 if that kind of makes sense, or type of number 3 if you think I'm completely nuts. I can deal with that. It's no problem. 1 1. Okay, good. No 3s. I can appreciate a 3 though. I know I'm not like the most sanest person, but I like to think that I'm close. There we go. There's the 3. Thank you, bud. You gotta be a little crazy to be a Mets fan, right? I mean, geez. So here's NVIDIA that we were really watching closely, me and Kevin particularly. 375 for June 16th, and follow this whole collapse coming down here, and then it was a V bottom. And I noticed, I made a note, I should say, that a V bottom is a little better than a flat bottom. A flat bottom, when it just draws out, and I think that actually happened on Tesla today. Yeah, right here. See a flat bottom here, and then it just kind of consolidates. It's more than a flag. I thought this would be a bear flag right here. It did not. It kind of consolidated, and all of a sudden we got a double bottom. There's more of a chance for it to reverse on a flat bottom, or especially a rounded bottom. A rounded bottom, almost exactly like SPY on the daily. And we'll take a look at that. This is a saucer shape. A lot of people call it the saucer. You could call it a rounded bottom, a cup, and a handle, whatever you want to call it. But this is the same exact reversal, and it's a little slower. It's more relaxed. It's more in a saucer, and then this would be the handle. I think I overextended it a little bit. Let's just erase that. And so this could be a potential handle. A cup and a handle could be just this: a cup and then a small pullback and a binger. A binger. I like it. I'll call it a binger. And a binger back up, or a little more of a smaller cup shape. So one of those two shapes I would look out for. And just since we're on SPY, I'll give you my quick take on it. This red line, this 322.09, is the pre-COVID high. This is COVID. This is the pre-COVID high. So SPY is still above that. That's great. There's been a lot of stocks, I think, like Amazon and a couple other ones that are now below the pre-COVID high. Don't quote me on the Amazon thing. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. So I really think that it's comfortable. And I spoke with one of my other friends. I don't think I invited him here. So I can't really mention his name. But anyway, I spoke with him and I said, this is an easier target because it's all red. No real point of contention. No more, stop and a little bit of a green. One day, this is all weekly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row, all red. And now we are above this level, which is 426.37. We passed that, I think, yesterday or a couple of days ago, or maybe even last week, because this is the weekly. But if we can hold this level above 426.79, 440 is an easy target. I shouldn't say easy in this market because there's so much news that affects what we do during our regular day. I know every Fed head, every one of our Feds loves the camera, loves the microphone, loves the attention. So any chance they get, they want to come out and say a few words. You got the Philadelphia one coming out every once in a while. Anyway, it's very easily to turn around the other way. But at least we scratched off one piece of contention, is that this is an easy play. There's no actual, and let's go on the daily and see. It's probably even better. There you go. 2 full red candles. Day 1. That is almost a 10-point candle, I would say. And then day 2, 429. Another 10 or 11-point candle. 2 days in a row. That's like a red slide, like a water park slide. Throw a kid down that, they don't stop. It right to the bottom, right? So think about that going the opposite way. And I think we actually gapped up here. That was probably the Monday after the debt ceiling, right? 6-2. No, that was the Friday. We gapped up from Thursday to Friday. But anyway, my point is that it's an easy, well, not say easy again. There's no resistance. Again, news can come out and decide where we're going to go. But I marked it off at the end of July, 440, or if you want to get even lower than that, let's just check the updated options. And every once in a while, I like to take a lotto. A lotto meaning something that I buy, I say goodbye to the money, and I don't have to look at it. It's going to be fairly cheap or cheaper. So 222 would be 440. I would get the 281, the 438. I'd buy 1, maybe 2, and just say, see you later. And if it does hit, let's see, we'll scale it up. It'd be around 700 or 800. Obviously, this would be hypothetical. If this happened tomorrow, it'll be around this prices. As we get closer to the expiration date, theta will kick in, and this will no longer be this prices. But it's just a nice gauge, and that's what I like to do. Also, big thing you look at is the delta. The delta is essentially, not to get into the Wall Street terminology of it, delta is basically the market maker giving you the chance of success. I mean, I know that's never going to be written down in a textbook anywhere, but if you get over a 15 delta, you have better chances. So this one would be a 29, a 30%. So it's 30% chance of winning. So I'll take my what is it? 281, and it's a lotto ticket. You buy your ticket and you hold it and you wait for the wins. If you don't win it, hey, it's all right. It's a lotto ticket. I took a chance. But this is not something you go all on in. And then you look at the open interest. So there's a lot of people open interest in a 440. So I'm not alone in my thinking that this is 440 is a target. So that's kind of confirmation of what I was thinking. Now, not to go along with what everyone's thinking. That's not, I shouldn't stress that, because when everyone's looking up, I usually look down, and when everyone's looking down, I usually look up. But it does help that, you know, I examine this. I saw, okay, this is an easy play for 440, and then you can look, and the open interest is there. And don't get confused. I mean, if anyone, I know that the people that are in this room know the difference between open interest and volume. But if anyone watches this, that afterwards, open interest is not the same as volume. Open interest is basically, at the end of the day, the market makers look at their books and they say, okay, we have all these calls that people bought, but we have no one on the other side. We have to find someone on the other side to take it off our book. Because the reason why when you buy a call or you sell a call or whatever type of option you do, the reason why it goes through so fast, if there's not someone else to pick it up on the other side, the market maker will pick it up. And when they pick it up, they instantly hedge it. So for calls, and this is, we're dabbling into gamma exposure and things like that. But if we bought 21,469 calls, the market maker will then have to get the other side of that, and they'll put themselves at risk to sell the calls. And when they do that, they then have to buy shares to hedge, because they don't want to be out. That's a large order. So they'll buy shares to hedge it. And when they buy those shares, they have to buy them in a little bit of a hurry. They don't have the luxury of sitting for their limit order to go through. And what that does is, when you buy shares in a small time frame or in a rapid succession, it drives the stock up. So we're dabbling into gamma exposure, and that might be another session or a classroom or things like that. But just to touch on that. But again, I'm running out of. That's really what we covering in the day: the SPY, the NVDA, Disney, Tesla. If there's anything you guys are watching, you know, let us know. Let me know. And speaking of, this is, by the way, while I wait for that to come through, this is a flat bottom. And just had a discussion with my friend Ron about this. This is not a V, even though there is a nice little V right there. This was earnings on Paramount. By the way, I think Paramount is one of the better streamers that's out there, because it's all going to come down to content. It's all going to come down to content. It's not anymore. Netflix was cool in the beginning, and they had great content. They had original shows. But now, I mean, I can't really find anything to watch on Netflix. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't. I sit there and I just go through anything. I've never heard of 90% of the things that are on there. Paramount, though, has amazing content. And if you haven't looked at Paramount, give it a free trial. Yes. Thank you, Alpaca. That's caveman alerts coming through. But I think that's what it's going to come down to, is the better content. So if this was 10 years ago and someone said, hey, would you like to have a subscription to HBO or Showtime? You would hands down say HBO, because just in your head, or maybe 15 years ago, you would say, oh, I got The Sopranos, we got The Wire, it's their original content. So that's the best thing that's going for these streamers right now. At least that's what I believe. Because everything else is just, they're all at the same bar. They have some old TV shows like Peacock, you get everything on NBC. But Paramount also, there's a new movie out, and then sooner or later, I mean, within a few weeks, you're watching it on your own screen. You know, Top Gun is available. I know that was like, you know, a while ago, but you get my point. But this is a bottom, a flat bottom, I should say. We had, you know, a nice rundown here, and then we were coming back up. The earnings, I think, because of the guidance, and there's a writer's strike, whatever. But I'm glad that this is a flat bottom, because I want to add slowly to my position in shares on Paramount. And then over time, when the writer's strike, I should say, is over, everything kind of returns to normal. I'll be in here around the teens, and we should see some type of revisiting to at least this area around the 40s, I would say, at least over 33. I mean, they just got beaten up for no reason the past like 6 months or so. When did this start? Wow, 2021. So the past couple of years, Paramount has not been well liked on Wall Street. But I do feel that there is, like, I mean, we can't, I don't see us going any lower than this. $10 is like, I can't imagine Paramount. Paramount is a huge company. They put out billion-dollar movies, or multi-million, I should say. But I really don't have much more. There's my Tesla charts with the high beams. Apple. I was seeing in the Discord today that Apple was partnering with who are they partnering with? Somebody help me. NVDA breaking out. That's not good news. So this white line, this was the Alamo, as I call it. And the next, I'm not going to get out now because I wasn't really paying attention to it, but the VWAP here, this is going to be the new Alamo. Disney, they're partnering with Disney. That's it. For what? I forgot, but all I know is Disney, huge international company. Mickey Mouse, by the way, is the most recognized character, not most recognized person, most recognized character in the world. And I bet you the Apple symbol is also the most. It's a stupid partnership. Oh no. What is it? What are they partnering about? Apple ears? Apple mouse ears? Oh, that's it? Oh man. Oh man, that's it? That is a very stupid partnership. And Disney, ESPN, and Hulu, you can get for like $15 a month. And those Apple, I wouldn't even call them glasses because they're, what is it, $3,500? They're more like goggles. You know, they're big, but man, a nothing burger. That's it. Wow. I was gonna say Disney and Apple together might be good, but I am still not bullish on Disney. I still have my hopes, all your hopes and dreams. I know we're above the 91, and we're above this other level here, but I think, you know, this is still going to be a big one because we came down, we touched this level. We all know that's a point of contention. I kind of made that point. But once we touched this, you got rejected, almost tried again, and then all this down came after touching that. So this one is still a fresh resistance. And I understand that Caveman Alerts will be getting Bookmap very, very soon. Is that, can we confirm on that, Apaka, or am I speaking out of turn? Because I do remember you saying that. It might have been, I'll delete the video. I'll delete the video if I'm speaking out of turn. But when you see on, so say if you have Bookmap, or you could just look in your order book. You can look in the market, the depth, whatever. You could see where the orders come in. And I bet you there's huge orders at, what is that, 94.24-ish. So that means once we touch it, if all those orders are still there, we can get rejected back again. So. But I do agree with the friends in Caveman. Once we get to 95, we get in there, it's a freaking vacuum. We'll just get sucked right up to 101. Unless Disney decides to uncouple their partnership with Apple, that amazing partnership to stream in their goggles. Man, When I heard partnership, I thought it was going to be some kind of really huge incorporation type of thing, but it's a nothing burger. Hello, welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I think that movie is premature. Most people in here. Kevin might get it. He's of the age. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic. I sound like speaking of burgers, what is that guy? Mark Wahlberg. Wahlburgers. That's it. Road trip. No, I was thinking of what is that guy? Oh man. All right, I gotta give you a picture. Good Burger. 1997. These guys. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay, wait. These guys. That's Good Burger. It's one of those cheesy 1990s movies. Kenan Thompson. That's the guy's name. Kenan Thompson. Hello, welcome to Good Burger. How can I take your order? Yeah. I don't know what happened to that guy on the left. He was funny. Well, we have fun. That is for sure. That's for sure. So let's check what's going on with the spy first of all. Before we, I might just keep this going. I'm gonna. I know you guys probably have to run, but we got another hour left of trading. I might just start sharing this all around and get it. So, wow. Wait, I have no drawings on the SPY? What? I don't believe that. Oh, because I cleaned it up. I forgot because I have a class on Thursday and I had to clean up my whole... I had more lines on here than I did Tesla. But that's why it's kind of negative. So we've been ranging in NVDA. I wanted to see if SPY was also the same. Pretty much. And now let's see NVIDIA. Oh, yeah, we did below it. But yesterday was a range day. Today was kind of a range day. But, oh, man. All right, so we're at VWAP, by the way. Let's get back to NVIDIA because a couple of people I know are invested. We're invested. Okay, we broke VWAP. That sucks. But, I mean, when in doubt, zoom out. So we are 2 weeks out. We are not the 9th. We are the 16th. And let's shut these off. We came up, and now we're just kind of ranging for the ever since that huge run up. And I think it's almost like people are waiting for something to happen, whatever. When I slide it over to the left, by the way, I do that because I'm looking at the indicators on the bottom. The indicators, watch, when I slide this out to the right, it doesn't look like much. You know, they're kind of flat, whatever. But when I slide it over to the left, you could see kind of actions happening. The VI, a lot of people ask me about it, and it's the Vortex indicator. It's one of my favorite indicators, that and the ROC, the rate of change. Vortex indicator is one of the most simplest ones out there. You have a gold line, which is the negative, and you have a blue line, which is the positive. When the gold line crosses above and now is on top of the blue line, that should indicate a downward pressure almost. And then when it crosses and the blue line's on top, that indicates upward pressure, right? And if you have Webull, you can just click on settings and introduction, and they explain everything to you with every indicator there is. If you don't have Webull, by the way, hit me up. I have a great promo for that. And they give you like a chance for either 12 or 24 stocks, and it's just randomized. But it's like opening. It's like free. It's free money. You just put in any amount of money, like $100 or $10, even $1. You put that money in. You sign up, and you just get all these like little tickets, and you open them one at one, and one could be $3. My brother-in-law got a full share of Apple, and he never lets me live it down. And it's free money, and it comes in, and it's like opening up 24 Christmas presents or 12 Christmas presents, and then you can sell them in the open market, and you have free money in your new Webull account. And I use it for charts all the time. I trade mainly on my Charles Schwab account, but I don't think anything beats these charts. I've tried TradingView, paid version TradingView for 6 months, and I didn't like it. The free version was enough for me. I only pull it up when I was hosting, and I had to use like the ES or futures or something like that. But anyway, getting back to NVIDIA, we're ranging in here. This was a perfect shoulder, head, shoulder, but it didn't complete. Now it's almost there to complete, but it's at what, 377. When it completes that, we have 375 puts. When it completes that, at that neckline, that's a profit-taking area. That's an easy target. But I think NVIDIA is going a little opposite. So we'll turn on some EMAs. EMAs don't work. They're above that. What about the MAs? They're above all three also. Okay, great. So we are now in a little no man's land. So we'll turn on the Bollinger Bands. This is the next one in the cycle. The Bollinger Bands, there's two things you need to know about the Bollinger Bands. When they get tight, you can expect a move. When they get really tight, you usually expect a move up, but it also could be down. It's really 50-50, but it leans more towards the upper hand. The other thing is, hey, I got my delivery from Amazon. The other thing is, use the Bollinger Bands along with the RSI. And this is going to be just a real fast, quick one. We could spend a whole session on this. But when you break a band, so let's go back here. We broke the upper band here. When you break it, you look down at the RSI. If the RSI has not broken above 70 and it's on its way to 80, you can safely say there's going to be a continuation in the price action. If we had broken this and this RSI was like, what would you say? If this was over, like closer to 80, you would say there's less of a chance for it breaking to the upside. So what really the rule is that if it's in between, say, 25 and 75, a lot of people say 30 and 70, I give it a little extra, 25 below, 75 above. Because as you can see here, NVIDIA just kept running, and now it's almost at 80. And we should expect a return here, because I'm going to be really pissed if it doesn't. Because this hit 80. Should not be that hot, but it is. Things happen. Textbooks aren't always right. Stuff that happens live does not have to follow the textbooks, but we should expect a return back down to here. And I want to see I want to close at least below 385. A new low of day would be amazing. Are we going to get that? I don't see that being in the cards, but well, let's check. So that's Bollinger Bands. This is way too low. That's way too high. KST is another one. That's no sure thing. Funny thing about no sure thing is that it's spelled KNOW. Like no sure thing. Freaky Friday mode on a Tuesday, Kaylin. I just want to see this come back below the VWAP so I can just rest easy. And I really, oh God, I mean, when a trade is in its infancy, you have to monitor it like crazy. And once we break that 377.80, I would want to see a break of 375. But once once we get into the below 380s, I'll feel a little more comfortable about this trade. I still feel very confident of its direction, but I still can't relax until the ship has left the harbor. Almost, it's still kind of floating around, waving to its friends, you know, loitering, I guess you'd say. But I really want to see it go down into its direction. So I mean, throw some tickers. We're getting a few extra people in here. Throw me some tickers. What are you guys watching today? What are we looking at? Freaky Friday mode. And then I'm not even gonna say the next one. Deer Park. That's good water. Wow, is that thunder? Let me check with Google. I'm gonna mute so I don't turn on your guys' Googles.
Today in Inwood, there will be showers, with a forecasted high of 76 and a low of 56. Right now it's 72 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Okay, thank you. A lot of people make fun of me because I'm so polite to my Google. I'm like, what? I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, if I asked you the time and you gave it to me, I'd say thank you. So just because like it's a machine, I don't know. I just feel compelled to say it. So the no short thing is basically just two indicators. They have crossovers just like everything else, and they have a positive and negative. This is more smoother, more drawn out than say like the fast stoke or the fast stoch. I call it the fast stoch, stochastic or whatever. But I've been corrected in saying that it's not. It's stochastic. So this is like it's like a sine wave, up and down, up and down, up and down. And the no short thing is a little smoother. And then you can actually see a little more divergence when you're using the no short thing because you get to see highs and lows. So let's check, right? We have this area here, this level, and the price action's here. It goes higher, it goes higher. So there's no divergence there. The RSI is the same thing. We want to see, when you're looking for a divergence, you want to see a decrease in the RSI here as the price action is going up. That's basically it. I have tons of things plastered on my wall. I'm just down to the divergences, but I could send them to anyone who wants them. They're just like cheat sheets. It shows you if the top, and then you have to measure also the top of the RSI. When you're looking for a bearish divergence, you look at the top. And if you're looking for bullish, you kind of focus on the bottoms. And you might say, like, wait, they should operate together. The bottoms and the tops should all go in the same direction. But that's not usually the case. You'll have spikes where the bottoms might stay the same and the tops fluctuate. I should probably have prepared and found some examples of it. Maybe we'll save that for another class. But right now, we're just looking to make some sense of the day. And you know what? I'm going to share. How about we all take a second and share this link? And we'll get some extra peoples. Some peoples. I don't have that email address anymore. That's a shame. Let's get Jay. I gotta make it a hyperlink. Let's all go to the, what is it? Snack bar. You guys hear that thunder, right? Maybe not. I have a noise canceling microphone. Let's populate this room. How about a little copyright-free music? Wow, this sounds like it sounds like an NBC show or something like that. Is that too loud, by the way? I love copyright-free music. It's amazing. All right, let's get it. That's gotta be rain. Ooh. That rain came out of nowhere, man. I'm still waiting for NVDA to come back down below the view app. Hail. Pause that for a sec. That is hail. Kaylin, you're in the area. Are you getting hail over by you? It is now power hour. And we're looking for some moves. This is what should have been done before. I acted a little too quick. No, I acted very too quickly. Video, where are you going? Where are you going? You're supposed to be going down. This is insanely annoying. But when in doubt, zoom out. Let's just double check. Let's get rid of these bowls. This is still a straight. It's flat as a tabletop. Shoulder, head, no shoulder. I think we have to stay under 391.77, and that's another 3 points, almost 4 points away. So we have a little bit of a buffer. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, whatever. But what are you guys looking at? What? Give me some tickers. Give me something. I mean, I need something. Oh yeah, Austin. Get you in here, Austin. Nothing, huh? Carvana was discussed a lot in Caveman. Oh, I forgot who it was. If a pack is still here, he can help me. Someone's been following Carvana on scalps for the last like week, and instead of showing you a picture of it, I would come in and check it out. Like, seriously, take a 5-day free trial, see what I'm talking about. You're not going to find anything like it around the internet. But he was scalping Carvana literally for the last week. We'll pull it up. That's not Carvana. What did I type? I thought I did see an interview there. But he had all the patterns, he had the triangles, he had everything pegged out. He had this whole run-up all pegged out. Vijani Bai. What I wish I knew. What do I know you? Oh, I almost put you in timeout. I didn't want to do that. But seriously, Vijani Bai. Did I say that right? Vijani Bai. That's a beautiful name. Or at least a beautiful handle if that's not really your name. What a day and age. We get named by our parents and then we're also able to create names for ourselves. It's amazing. Jane! What's up, Jane? Jane, please come in and see this. It's 5 days free. You get to see the Carvana scalper, compare notes, and you get to see me, Jane. I'm sure you've heard the whole Jane and Tarzan jokes your entire life. Or there was another set of books. Yeah, there's another set of books called Dick and Jane, and see Jane this, or see, or Tom and Jane, or something like that. But take, oh man, here, copy link, bam. No, it came out backwards. But scroll up, it's right up there. Take it. You enter your payment information, it'll say $0.00 due today. Your next payment will be 5 days from now. In those 5 days, you have the full week. I can guarantee you find value there. Trady takes a loan. Trady takes his loan is like, what, $50 or $100? There's more tools there than you can find it anywhere else. And a packet tells me, the next week or so, we're revamping the entire website and everything. More tools to happen. Check it out. I really want to see you there. If you're new to Discord, we're going to be I'm thinking of doing a walkthrough with a few of the people that I've brought in, just to show you how Discord works. Because when I first joined Discord, I was like, I don't know what a term is for a duck out of water, or a fish out of water, whatever you want to call it. I didn't know my butt from my elbow, but I mean, this was years ago. But when I finally got it, I understood it, and now there's, I get to know how to navigate the channels and whatever. You're a caveman member. Okay, great. So you know what I'm talking about. You saw the Carvana scalper. Who was it? Was it Rev, or was it It was someone, but they were doing Carvana for the last week or so, and I hope you got to check it out. That's amazing. I'm a caveman member, jackass. That's funny. So I'm not BSing, right? You know that the value is there. I'm trying to look for what else could be happening like next week. I think next week is PPI and the CPI. Oh, the CPI, then the PPI. That's funny. I'm a caveman member. Sorry. I just get really too excited. What in the hell are you doing? All right, get back to work. Thank you, Jane. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for, I shouldn't say stopping by. Stopping by makes it sound like it's a very limited time. Limited time offer only this weekend. But thank you, Jane. See Jane go back to work. All right, we can get rid of this no shore thing. We know where it is. We know where it is. MACD is, I think, one of my, it's just always got to be up there. We'll cut it all down. Cut it all down to size. All shook up. How about this? That's the same as the other one. No. I'll take this. I'll leave this thing running for through 3 hours. I don't care. We got to get some peeps. Tesla's testing 220 again. Goodness gracious. I appreciate everyone that's here. And I also appreciate that if you have something else to do, just leave it open. Just go ahead and leave it open. We gotta get some I gotta get some time up here. All right, Tesla. So we had a run up here. New high, obviously, it came back down, and now we're testing it again. This, to me, is very bullish. I don't like it a lot, because I am short NVIDIA to 212.5. We need to see some type of reversal action here. This is an indecision candle. This is a doji candle. This looks okay. That means at least it's like a coin flip for the next candle, and we can zoom in on the 5. See, all this A lot of people also, when you draw trends, you use the wicks or you use the bodies. My answer is the wicks on this time frame are bodies on a lower one. So right here we see a pure doji. It's like almost like what I guess maybe hanging man or it's not a shooting star. Shooting star would be the other way. But anyway, it's an indecision candle. You see the wicks on the bottom and the top, and when we go to a 5 minute, they're bodies. They're bodies, right? So just understand that wicks are to be respected just as much as a body is, because they are bodies. And when I say bodies, I'm sorry, bodies are the actual candle part. This is the body highlighted, and this above here is a wick, and also wicks are on the bottom. So I know a lot of people are advanced in here and they're like, Doc, I already know that kind of stuff, don't worry about it, but there might be other people that are not. So amazing would be below 218 today, and we're 30 minutes till bingo, and we could see some stuff, because the last 10 minutes of every day is always a little bit of a madness. Oh yeah, let's check it on the Zynga side. What happened here? Oh my God! What did someone take that away from me too? Jeez, people are bitter. Okay, here we go. I still got that. My God, man, my last crew is so bitter. Just like move on with your life. Stop attacking me.
Hey there, this is Josh from AK.
Hey Josh.
I hope you're enjoying my music and it's helping to inspire your content.
Yes.
To get all of my tracks and more amazing music on Upbeat, click to upgrade to premium now.
All right, Josh. Thank you very much. I will consider upgrading to premium. I'm getting a little tired of the same stuff, whatever. What? Yeah, how unprofessional is rubbing your eye while you're live. That's okay though. Where on the video of I got to get everyone in one place. I keep scanning all over the place to answer different questions from 2 different emails, 3 different servers, and I'm not complaining. I just know that there's a better way to do it all, and I have to find that way. But as you guys are coming in, please hit the like. What else you do? You hit the like, you subscribe, hit the bell, because I don't do this all the time, so you get notified when I do. And also, give me your tickers. Let me know what you're let me know what you were looking at today. There was a couple of people that I just responded to that were asked about the difference between an iron butterfly and a broken wing butterfly. Someone else wants to know about what does it mean when you buy the rumor and sell the news. Let me know when you're in here, and I'll explain that to you. I mean, just let's get physical. Man, I really want to see Tesla touch 218 today before close. Hey, what's going on? My man Austin's in the house. So if you guys don't know, Austin is the guy behind the guy behind the guy. If you need anything, he's the guy that you ask. He's the guy that what is it? He's known to get things from time to time. Shawshank Redemption. I'm telling you, I will pay anyone an amount of money that if you're just flipping through channels and you see Shawshank Redemption on, tell me that you just don't stop and watch it. I have Shawshank Redemption on DVD, and I think I actually have it on digital. But if I see it on basic cable, I'll watch it, even with the commercials. I don't care. What's up, Austin? Yeah, man. I just like to I don't know. I just feel good when I in certain attire, I had an oil burner guy over this morning, and I just had on a regular polo whenever, and I got all dirty, so I changed up. But the whole idea is now we're 24 minutes left in the trading day, and a few of us were following certain plays. One was NVDA, one was Disney, and one was Tesla. So just to catch you up, we got out of Disney. My theory, or my thinking, was that we were not going to surpass this line, 91.13. And when you look back real quick, it's been respected. Support, 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 support. Then now that we're below it, it should be resistance. So far, it hasn't. It's poked above it, and it's staying above it. Now, that's not to say that it could come back down, right? This line was my Alamo. This was my get out line. Now, this line is the new one. If this gets rejected here, this whole idea is lost. And what is this idea? This idea came from caveman alerts. This is all eyes on Disney. And once the theory is once you get through 95, you're in this gap area. And it's almost like a vacuum. Once you get on there, you stay in there until you're done in there. You understand me now? Okay, good. Go fetch me your beer. But the idea is that once you're in it, it's a vacuum to the top. But it's hard to get in it because it actually acts like resistance. On top of that resistance, we have this resistance here. We touched the line I was talking about, came here, and got rejected hard. And I'm not just saying a little push back down, but we went down from 94 to 87 in just over a week or maybe 2 weeks. That is a big push down. So this line is to be respected. And when we get the new tools, you'll see one of them being Bookmap that I heard is coming. It might take a little longer. I might be speaking out of turn. But anyway, you can look at market depth and you can see where the orders are coming in. And there's probably going to be a lot of heavy orders at 94. Why 94? I don't know. Someone likes the number 94, or maybe they went back and they looked at, hey, this is another point of content. What is this? CPS, credit put spread from, that was a time when I hosted. So why 94? Okay, this seems smart now. We came down here, we touched that. This was now resistance when we broke it. Is this COVID? No, I'm not that far back. This is just this March. A year too late. So this makes sense now to buy or sell at 94. And that's what 94 is looking about. So if you're just rolling in, welcome. We're just we're kind of shooting the breeze. We got about 21 minutes left in closing. Thank you for stopping in. Consider hitting the like, the subscribe, and hit the bell. I don't do this every day, but when we do, it's a lot of fun, a lot of shenanigans. In fact, I even have some some random music that we can listen to here. All right, I'll let that go until someone complains. But the idea is like, you know, let's just get all minds together, right? And if you're looking for an amazing place to check out and understand what happens around the market, get a whole bunch of different people's opinions, Caveman Alerts, you can see the link. You just scroll back up maybe right before Jane. Oh, me? Oh my God, I get it now. I get her handle. It's me, Jane B. Me, Janie, me, Jane YB. Okay. I was pronouncing it Majani. I thought it was exotic. You don't know by now, I'm a silly person. You have to accept that. But one thing we're looking at is Tesla to get rejected at this 221. We're looking for this retrace. I know it's a little, there we go, right? 151 to 221 in a matter of, what is that? 427 to now, a month and a couple weeks. That's a ridiculous, it's a ridiculous, insane amount of up motion not to have a retrace. This is a big area here, so you see this rejection here. We broke it, now it's support. 192, so we'll call it around 200. And my mouse likes to give up on me during live streams. It's really fun. That's okay, I have a backup. I have the, thank you, Alpaca. Alpaca, by the way, is here in Caveman Alerts, and that's the, that is the hangout that I'm speaking of. I mean, if you want to talk tools, Caveman Alerts is where to go. All tools, all the time. It's $25 a month, man. $25 a month. I can't believe how this guy operates. He's almost, he's literally like the non-profit traders. He's like the trader's trader. You know what I mean? He knows what everyone wants. If it's not there, let us know. We'll go get it for you. You know, or we'll look into go getting it. But getting back to the and by the way, the link is right above you. The last one I posted, right up there. You get in there, we'll get you all squared away. I want to see Tesla come down before close. I really do. I really want to see 218. Hold it on for 218. Let's see my email. Who did not come through? Right. So we got 15 minutes or 18 minutes left. We want to see downward motion. Only, I mean, I should say we, the people that are in, or that I spoke to earlier today. We have puts in NVIDIA. I have puts in Tesla. Disney, we had puts, we gave up just to refresh. Disney is at a point of contention. This gold line, holding that, will be future to this. If we break below this, the future looks grim. 83 is the previous low, I think, from way back. But 87 is the local. We should probably mark that off. When I say local, I mean local as time-wise. I know local is usually reserved for distance, but in this case, I'm saying time-wise. What is everyone looking at? What was the tickers for the day? What's up, Jay? Welcome to the party, pal. We're just going over what we were looking at today. A few of us were short NVIDIA, Tesla, and Disney. We got rid of Disney for a small loss. Now with our eyes looking up, if we went back below this gold line, my eyes would easily shift to the downside, because I think there's a lot of downside to Disney. If Disney does not hold this level, there's a lot of downside. Why do I say that? I will show you why. Tell me I deleted that. Yeah, oh, there it is. Awesome. I knew I had it somewhere. So this is why I think Disney has a lot of downside if it doesn't hold this level. This pattern right here is a continuation pattern. We have this huge drop, this huge bearish drop, right? Obviously after a huge bullish run up. But now we're meeting at where it all started. So now we have to look at the local pattern. We have this big, slide it over like that. How was it? Anyway, you can see this pattern lining up to that, okay? Big mountain, smaller mountain, medium mountain, tiny mountain. We're coming down to a point. We're coming down to a wedge, to a point where something has to happen, a decision. Either we bounce really up high or we continue. Continuation is easier. It wants to go the way it's going. If this would have to be a reversal, you would see an immediate bounce up, a new higher low, a new higher high, a new higher low. So essentially you would see something like this. It came down, new high, new low, higher high, and then we'd be going up like this. Right? That would be a bounce off of this. That would make sense to me, but it's not. It's eating away at it. We can delete that. It tried once, got rejected hard. Came back again, got rejected not so hard. Still not so hard, really not so hard, and we're just kind of like filing it down, you know? So I really believe that if it doesn't hold this level, we could be seeing a lot more down. And the continuation, where it goes from there, is usually a measure of the previous. So this huge pole could be the potential of where Disney's going. Now, I love Disney as a company. I've been waiting to go long Disney ever since I watched an interview, what's his name, Bob Iger. He said 2022 is going to be a dead year. I do not expect any type of good guidance or anything in 2022. For that reason, 2023 should be an amazing year. So far, it's not. So far, 23 sucks for Disney. Maybe because, you know, the whole streaming aspect isn't really picking up. The cruising aspect isn't picking up. But Disney is a three-pronged company. It's not like Netflix. Netflix just has streaming. That's it. Guys, I want you to make the best content ever. Okay, and you guys, I want you to sell the most subscriptions ever. Disney has the parks. Disney has the cruise lines. Disney has the streaming. So all these three together somehow are not clicking. I don't know I don't know what the attendance is at the parks. I don't know. I know for a fact I read a couple months ago that the cruise lines are down, but I think that's all around. Like, I guess a lot of people don't want to go cruising. I've never been on a cruise, by the way. So maybe now's the time to go, right? But you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's dwindling down to a point. And if we don't make new higher lows or new higher highs soon, we could see downward of Disney. I got out of my Disney puts only because they were too local. They weren't far enough out in time that I could sustain a run-up to this level all the way up here. I would have to readjust my leveling and say if I really wanted to get into puts with Disney, I would probably have to go out to like September. And then maybe pick a little lower, like 83. Let's just check those things. September 15th. Put 85. 85 for September. 85 is $2.28, which is exactly $228. So if we reach below 83, say hypothetically tomorrow, this $2.28 becomes $9.15, $13.30. Obviously, that's hypothetical. That's usually how I measure the best out. The other way to look at it is the delta that I mentioned earlier, but just for everyone coming in, the delta is with the market makers. They're basically giving you the odds of the success of your delta. And if you see a negative on your puts, that's okay. You just think of the distance from zero. So this is in the money. This is out of the money. This is a 25%. This is 15%. This is 70%. This is 85% or 84%. Sorry. So I hope you grasp that. So what's everyone looking at? What were some of the trades that you guys did today? Let's see what you got. We are 10 minutes from close, by the way. Lots of things happen in the last 10 minutes, and we'll get down to the minute here. We're going to be watching Tesla and NVDA into the close. If you guys want me to watch anything else, let me know. Let our brother know. I'd want to see Tesla stay under this. We can go up and test that again. That'd be fine and get rejected nice and hard. I want to see below 218 on Tesla. That would make my day. Punk. Copyright free music, nothing beats it, bro. I mean, real artists do, but yeah. All right. Good stuff, Jared. All right, we seem to be holding at this level. Hold it. Let's take a second on 30. 15. 15 is curling down. 5's already come down. 15. Curl it, curl it, curl it. NVIDIA, where are we? By the way, guys, if you're not a member of K-Man Group, we have after-hours classrooms, lessons, all different stuff. You can request to find out about something. And we also play games. We play games at night. Like poker, board games, you name it, we do it. Lots of fun stuff. If you haven't checked it out, there's a link right up here. Let's see if this posts correctly. No. Nah. It's a lot of fun. I'll give you a we have a 5-day free trial somewhere in here. There you go. That's the link to Caveman Alerts. 25 bucks a month. 5 days free trial. 5 days. And check it out. I'm going to be there Thursday night. My classroom. It's going to be on pitchforks and patterns. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's open mic, so it's not like this kind of format. Everyone has an open mic. You can freely ask questions. It's a lot of fun. If you just come in just to support me, that would be great, but I guarantee you'll find value in those 5 days. want to get garbomatic in here. So no one was watching anything today. No one was trading. No one dipped her toe in the Tesla or the NVDA pool. Jane was here. She was telling us about Carvana for a minute. She had to get back to work. Disney, we went over ad nauseum. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, though. Sometimes I gotta... redundancy is a part of life. I've learned that in my education. SPY's about to break out. It's gonna make a new high day. It's gonna make a new high day. We just need if the volume comes in here, there's gonna be a new high day on the SPY. The high is 428.45. There's 10 cents away from it. A new message request. Who's this? So much spam that I get. I guess it's just par for the course, and that's okay with me. There goes SPY. SPY made a new high of day. We are now looking for it to retrace back down maybe this area before close. I don't see it pumping any harder. I think it just wanted to spike, hit it, and now we're going to come back down. 427.57 looks about right. Not that anyone's investing in this. It's just it's also, you know, good to practice your levels. I was telling someone that to practice your levels and your patterns, the best way to do it, and it's almost, I'm whispering like it's a secret, but it's not. On the weekends.
Hey, you're currently listening to 92 Elm on Upbeat.
Oh wait, let's hear the ad.
This is one of hundreds of tracks that you can access and download when you upgrade to Upbeat Premium.
Gotcha. All right, thanks, Scott. So the best way to do it is if you go, just look at your cryptos. If you look at your cryptos over the weekend, you can find patterns almost probably a little easier than in stocks. Because I know, okay, I should disclaim, I guess there's a lot of news coming in now about Bitcoin, and maybe that's a little easier to get into rather than, you know, bonds or, you know, whatever the theory is. The idea is to practice, to just watch over the weekend, and you can find patterns. And then you practice seeing where it's going to go from your point. And you just paper trade it. You don't have to really get into it. So this was one time I was looking at, I forgot who it was that was over, but we decided just to look at Litecoin. And we noticed this pattern here, and we saw levels, and we were anticipating a breakout. We got that breakout because this was the previous point of upward movement. Same thing here. We expected this movement here, and I think we got it a little later than normal. Yeah, all the way over here. So we got this breakout here. So it's just good to, you know, just to practice on the weekends. I really can't stress it enough. Open up some crypto and just go nuts. You can just find patterns everywhere, and then you could apply that during the week. Because I can't even suggest getting into crypto right now. This was this past weekend. We saw an entry in a bearish pole and then an ascending triangle. Usually that would be a continuation downward. So once it broke out of that triangle, we found a level, and this level was here. I said if it holds this level, we should see this action followed by that action up. And sure enough, we got the breakout. I have a whole series of slides that I'm going to go through in the classroom on Thursday. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up on that link right there. 5 days free trial. You get to see my classroom. It's going to be 5:30 on Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's an open mic, so you don't have to type your question. I know it's it's crazy to think that you don't have to type. My God, it's like a whole new world. Anyway, I'm kind of starting to ramble a little bit, and I can sense that. But we are 1 minute to closing. 1 minute to close, and I want to see a whoosh. There's a lot of volume here on NVIDIA. 300 as opposed to 140. Double the volume, and that's it. So that's the day, folks. That's 4 p.m. Close of the market. Tesla made a new high. Unbelievable. Tesla. We're going to have words, Tesla. But that's why we go far out. That's why I do not like to do 0 DTE or the upcoming week expiration, because anything can really happen. This was yesterday's candle. This was a pure doji star. Pure doji. Slim, tiny little body. Wick on top, wick on the bottom. That usually means a reversal, or it can mean a continuation. It's an indecision candle. Obviously, it decided to go a little green, but this doesn't mean that we're going to go higher, because it did open lower. It opened lower and we went higher, so we're still on the same keel. I hope that makes sense. And another big thing about candles is that I always say a candle doesn't exist until the next one confirms it. So a lot of people saw this yesterday and were thinking, okay, Tesla's going to reverse and come down. But this doesn't exist until this one tells it what it is. So this means reversal, it means continuation. Right now it doesn't mean anything. It just means we're just going to go straight forward again. So this you can actually write in the books that obviously this is a bullish candle, but because we opened below and closed above, we are still at an even keel, but a little bit of a rounding top. If that doesn't make sense, I'll put it in a... I'll just draw this real quick before we go. That's a little extreme, but that's what I mean by a rounding top. You have an indecision candle letting you know, wait a minute, I really want to go back the other way, but I'm not really sure yet. This huge green candle kind of sucks for anyone short Tesla like me, because this is engulfing of the previous one, so we could see a big push up. This wick below also says there's a lot of buying pressure below it, but I still respect the candle before it. We're going to see a little bit of a rounding, but we'll have to see tomorrow. And that's what's great about stocks. We don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's another day. Anything could really happen. So all this is thrown out the window. It's just my hopes and dreams. Now, if I was thinking bullish, I'd be very happy right now. Huge run up, indecision. I'd be worried about that yesterday. Now we have this nice engulfing candle. I should expect more. How much more? I'd be a little worried about that, because we're coming up to... Now, this is where all my crazy lines come in. This orange trend line, we broke that. This white one that goes way back to October of 2021, we're approaching that. And we're also approaching other levels on the left. What is this? 230, 228. That's the top of a candle there. 237 is the top of the wick, and that's the 233 level. So if we're running, I don't think there's much more run to go, but you never know with Tesla, right? So give me some feedback, guys. How about the volume of the music? Is the music too loud? Is my voice too loud? I know my voice can get really annoying, I've been told. But let me know. Let me know what's going on. I might just leave this up. Oh, compliment. Oh, that's good. I read that quick and I thought it said complain. I take all complaints and compliments to heart. Yeah, this is all copyright free. I can probably change it up. I'm getting a little Sick of this. It almost sounds like the same guitar and everything. All right, let's switch it up. Okay. Well, this is different. That's for sure. Oh, man. What happened to Victoria's Secret? What is going on? So Victoria's Secret is one of the things that I've been watching a while because I really think we hit bottom here. Had to have. This huge bearish dip in here is a little extreme. But now we're coming back up here. Victoria's Secret is one of those things that they go on monthlies. And it's every $5 or every $2.5 when you get closer or lower, I guess you'd say. But they go from so cheap, you know, to good. So if you think, okay, let's go. June 16th is the next one. Okay. So 22.5. It's 10 cents. We got 5,000 other people in here. That's enough open interest that I wouldn't be worried about too much of a spread. We move, what do you say? 3, 4, 5 points. Let's go out of here. 10 cents. And all you need to get to is, say, here. And that's conservative. You can actually start collecting profits probably at this resistance. I don't know. It's just something I really like to play around and invest in because it's so cheap to really good payout. 10 cents could be $1.85 within in a week or two. What is it, the June 16th? Oh, I dig this music. If we continue on this track, we could see 2193 by June 16th. That's really cutting it kind of close. Let's go out one more month. 45 cents. Maybe we'll go to 25 to 20 cents. Let's map that out. Hey, it's already here. 21st, right? Yeah. Now, we're not going to have this exact same trajectory. This is just a guide, right? And then what I like to do is measure that trajectory to a previous trajectory. So say we'll take this. This is almost similar to what we just saw, right? From here to here, that's the level. And let's see if this matches here. This is the more conservative. Let's go with this one. Right, and then we take that back. Oh, I just moved the vertical line by accident. I don't know what that was even for anyway. So this is almost similar. Not so much. But not so far off, right? Delete that. So this is the same trajectory. It's actually the more conservative one than we first saw. If this plays out, we see 35. I know it's not really going to play out, but along the way we could see and take profits. So if this follows suit, we'll see 28 halfway, or actually the beginning of July, and our options don't expire to the 21st, which is perfect because you don't want your options to expire the date you want to collect. You want to have your target be a lot sooner than your options expiration. Because the closer you get to options expiration, the more theta kills you. So let's just play that out. Or what about 30 by July 31st? And then we'll cut it. 5 cents. I mean, talk about a lotto ticket, right? You get 20 of these for $100. And look, this just went up 400%. Obviously, that's not really a good data point because it's either 0 or 5. There's no in between. There's no penny. There's no 2, 3, or 4 pennies. It's 5 cents increments. So this would be something I'd be interested in. But I want to make sure this is on the pathway up. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm losing everyone. My plan was to let it ride a little more, but I got a few people to talk to, Alpaca being one of them. But thank you guys for hanging out. Leave some comments in the bottom. Let me know if you know what you want to hear or see, or what I did wrong. I'm sure I did 1,000 different things wrong you can tell me about. Let me know if the music is sucky or too loud. I think no music is just extremely boring. But I really do thank you all for stopping in. And we're going to do this again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do a live stream. I mean, like a total live trading thing. I mean, like an 8-hour. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it either this Thursday and Friday or next Thursday and Friday. Let me know what you guys think about that. And again, if you're looking for a place to hang out with all the tools you could possibly imagine for $25 a month, hit that link and you'll be in. 5 days free trial. You get to come to my class on Thursday, 5:30. Nothing better than that. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and share. If you share this to social media and you take a screenshot and mail it to me, I'll be your best friend. All right, guys. I think that's it. Unless anyone else got anything to say, we might, I think we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this music. This is a little better than the heavy metal. Kind of flows better. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Email me stockdoc2k@gmail.com. Hit the link. Sign up. I'll see you guys soon.